Hello, welcome to everyone in this video. This is our lecture number 3. Already 2 lectures are covered to solve the problem asked in this book, that is the mechanics and properties of matter by A.B. Gupta. Okay, so in this lecture we want to discuss question number 21 to 30 of chapter 1, which consists basic idea, that is the velocity and acceleration. So if you want to watch the previous lecture of this problem solution of classical mechanics or the theoretical part of classical mechanics, you can go through the description box, link are given there, or you can go through this YouTube channel Fixed by Laxmikanta sir. You'll be get different phase related theoretical and problem solution different playlist, right? So let's start today's discussion to solve the question number 21 to 30 of chapter 1 of this book, that is the mechanics and properties of matter by A.B. Gupta. So let's start. Starting with question number 21, which says that a particle moves uniformly with velocity v along a parabolic path given by this y equal to ax square, where a is a positive constant. Find the acceleration of the particle at the point x equals to 0. So here y equal to x square. So taking the derivative with respect to time, this is the derivative with respect to time. This is the derivative with respect to time, right? So if you take derivative with respect to time, so this is y dot equal to 2ax x dot. Taking the again derivative y double dot, so this is 2a x dot square plus x double dot square, right? So the acceleration of the particle at x equal to 0, if you put x equal to 0, you will be get 2a x dot square, and x dot is nothing but the velocity, so this is velocity square. So the acceleration at x equal to 0 equals to 2a square. Simple. Next question. Next question say a particle moves in xy plane from the point x equals to y equals to 0 with the velocity this is the expression of velocity, where a b constant, I cap j cap is the unit vector, so that the trajectory of the particle will be like that. So v equal to like that, and you know v is nothing but dx dt I cap plus dy dt j cap. If we compare these two things, you will be get dx dt equals to a and dy dt equals to bx, right? So x equal to at plus some constant, and if you take derivative, so this will be the value, and dx dt is a. If you put this value, so then you integrating dy dt equals to abt plus c1 and t equal to 0. Now if you put this condition at t equal to 0, the velocity will be 0, but because it started, right? So at t equal to 0, this velocity component 0, so c1 equals to 0. If you put this value, you will be get dy dt equals to ab into t. So y is nothing but ab t square by 2 plus c2. So after again, if you put this condition that at t equals to 0, y equals to 0, so c2 equals to 0, so hence y equals to ab by 2 into t square. So, and here you can see x equal to at plus c3 at t equal to 0, x equal to 0, so c3 is 0, so x equal to 80. If you put this value that t is nothing but x by a, you will be get this relation that y equals to b by 2a into x square, hence proved. Go to the next question. Next question say a street car moves rectilinearly from station A to next stop is B with an acceleration f varying according to this relation. So this is the acceleration f, which is equal to a minus bx, where a b are positive constant and x is the distance from a. X is the distance from a. Find the distance between these two stations and the maximum velocity of the car. This is the acceleration. So you can write down this acceleration as a v into dv dx. So v into dv and dx is multiply here a minus bx dx. So if you integrating this thing, you will be get v square by 2 ax minus bx square by 2, since the v square equal to like that. Now it started from a and stop b, so at that 2 point this velocity will be 0. If you put this value v equals to 0, you will be get x value is 0 and 2a by b. So this x equal to 0 is a, and this is the 2a by b, so the separation will be 2a by b. No problem. Now the question, the maximum velocity. So at maximum velocity, the derivative of this velocity with respect to x must be 0. If you take the derivative with respect to x, you will be get these things x equal to a by 2. So at x equal to a by 2, velocity will be maximum. So if you put this value x equal to a by 2 in the expression of velocity, you will be get this value a by root 2. I think clear, no problem. and the expression of Vf as a V into dV dx proved here, nothing else. Next question. Sorry. Next question says that a point moves along a circle of radius r with deceleration. At any moment, the magnitude of the tangential and normal acceleration are equal. So the tangential part and the normal part are equal at any moment. The point of the state of motion with the velocity v naught, find the velocity v and the magnitude of the total acceleration f of the point as a function of the distance x covered by it. So you need to find out the acceleration f and the velocity when distance is x. Okay, so since these two are equal, if you equating these two things, and dv dt can be changed into dv ds into ds dt. This is nothing but v, so this is dv ds equal to v by r. So if you integrating this, you will be get ln v by v naught equal to s by r. So v equal to v naught exponential s by r. This is the velocity at distance s. Now the tangential component is dv dt. If you take derivative with respect to t, you will be get this one, and the perpendicular is v square by 2, so this square by 2. Okay, sorry, v square by r, so v square by r. So this is the tangential, this is the normal, so the magnitude of the acceleration will be root under parallel, that is the tangential plus perpendicular square. So this will be the acceleration. Next question. Next question says, let r of t is the position vector of a particle fixed magnitude. So the position vector having the magnitude is constant. You need to show that this derivative of this one is perpendicular to that one. Since this is a constant, so magnitude is nothing but the root under their dot. You know, magnitude of a vector you can write is nothing but root under a dot a, right? So if you taking the square of constant, also a constant, so r dot r is constant. If you taking the derivative with respect to t, for derivative of first element into second plus first into derivative of second one equals to 0. So you will be get these things. So r dot dr dt will be 0. Hence this is a perpendicular to that one. Next question. Next question says, two swimmers leave point A on one bank of a river to reach point B lying right across the other bank. So there is point A and this is point B. They wants to swim from A to B. One of them cross the river along the line AB. So one of them is cross the river by this line, and the other swimmer at the right angle to the stream and walk the distance through which he was carried out by the stream at B. So another one started the perpendicular. That's why the finally you will be get this point. So after that you will reach that one by walking. If u is the stream velocity, the velocity of stream is u, and v is the velocity of each swimmer with respect to water. The velocity of swimmer is v in water. Then so that the swimmer sorry then so that the swimmer to reach the dimension simultaneously, the velocity v of all is like that. Okay, so consider here, when this swimmer 1 who finally go through the path AB, so this must be along that one because the velocity of stream as like that in that direction, the velocity will be like that direction. So if you take two component, that is cos component, this is sine component, so this cos component must be equal to that one, and finally sine component remaining which go through this that direction. So if you equating these two things, you will be find out the value of cos theta, then you will be get sine theta, and this is the velocity, so you will be get the time, that is the distance by velocity. Simple. Now in the next case you can see this actual path will be like that. This happening in the two component of velocity, that is u and v. Along that v, the time will be this distance by that velocity, and this distance bc time will be bc by v, the velocity of the swimmer, that is the velocity of swimmer working velocity of swimmer. And you can see this displacement occur due to this velocity. So this velocity into time will be bc. So this t2 prime, that is time during this time actually from a to c, this is t2 prime, and this time will be t2 double prime. Okay. So T2 prime, for T2 prime, this AB distance travel by this velocity, and in that time this BC distance travel for U velocity. So T2 prime can be written as AB by V or BC by U. Again, this T2 double prime will be BC by V. So you can see the total time, that is T2 prime plus T2 double prime equal to T2 prime is nothing but that is AB by V, and T2 double prime is VC by V. And you can see here VC is nothing but VC is nothing but you just compare these two things. You just compare these two things. Here you can see here that is AB by V equal to BC by U, right? So after comparing this thing, you can easily find out value of BC is nothing but U by V into AB, right? And this V is written here. I think clear. So since these two are simultaneously the destination is simultaneous, so these two time must be equal. So if you equating these two time, you can easily get this AB by V are cancel out, and finally obtain this relation. There is no problem. I think clear this concept. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box. Go to the next one. Next question says, a particle moves in xy plane with constant acceleration f directed along the negative y direction, and the equation of particle will be like that. Find the velocity at the origin. Actually, if you watch these two relation, that is acceleration along the negative y-axis, and this is the expression of the path. So you can remember this is nothing but the projectile motion, and this general equation of projectile motion will be like that: x tan theta minus f by 2 u square x square 1 plus tan square theta, where u is the initial velocity and theta is the projectile angle. So if you compare these two things, you can easily find out that is tan theta equals to a and b equals to the f by 2 u square 1 plus tan square theta. So put this value tan square theta, that is tan theta equals to a, you will be get that one, and u equal to write that, and u is nothing but the velocity at the origin, initial velocity. So clear. Next question. A particle moves in a medium that offers a resistance proportional to the cube of velocity. So resistance will be bq. Resistance is nothing but the opposite direction force, that is minus m x double dot, which is proportional to xs cube. So x double dot equals to minus k vq. So dv dt equal to minus k vq, that is dv by vq equal to like that. So if you integrating, you will be get finally this one. Again, this dv dt equal to can be changed into dv ds. In terms of dv ds, you can easily find out this expression in terms of x s, that is displacement. So if you divided these two things, you can easily find out the value of s, that is the distance travel in time t. Next question. The motion of a particle moving with constant velocity v along x-axis is described by this relation, that is x equals to x naught plus vt. At t equals to 1, x equal to 3.5, that t equals to 2, x equal to 5.0. What is the value of speed, x0, and the the distance at t equals to 10. So you just put this value that at t equals to 1, x equal to 3.5, you will be get 3.5 equals to x naught plus v, and t equal to 2, x equal to 5.0. So 5.0 equals to x naught plus 2v. So if you just minus this to the x0 is cancel out, v equal to 1.5. Put this value of v in this equation, you will be get the value of x naught. So velocity and the x naught will be find out. After that, at t equal to 10, what is the value of x? Put this value of x naught, which is 2, v which is 1.5, and t which is 10. So it will be 17. Next question, and the last question of this video, says a particle projected vertically upward and it takes t1 second to rise a height of h feet. So if you throw a particle projected upward perpendicular to this earth, so at time t1 it reach h, and during the falling down, this time required for that one is t2. Okay, so you need to put this h equal to half g t1 plus into t2. So during this upward T1 and this is T2, so the height is equals to Ut plus half at square. If you put this relation, you will be get this one, and after getting this will be the equation. And you know this time will be T1 and T2. So the root coming out from this equation will be T1 and T2. And the product of these two is nothing but C by A. This is C and A is 1. So this is 2H by G. So A is equal to like that. Clear? So that's it for today. This is all about me, and this is my contact detail. You can connect with me with the Telegram channel. This is my online platform, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will get different physics related video with some mathematics part also. Like this session, if you learn something from this session, share this video to your friends. I thought he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel. If you new in this channel, those already subscribed, thanks for subscription. Press the bell icon to get notification of upcoming video. So take care. We'll meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.